Good morning, Virgo. How are you? I just finished up your reading now. And I want to say that there's definitely an indication of a completion here. It's a situation where you invested a lot of time and emotions, but I feel like you're not really feeling like it's the place to be anymore. You were looking for newer horizons. You wanted to get away from your current situation. You wanted to travel and just, find ways to enjoy life, right? But when you were doing this, I feel like there was a heaviness about how you wanted to go about doing these things. So let's just say, for instance, you're at a job or you're in a marriage and you are unhappy there and you're, you know, fantasizing about what life would be elsewhere, right? So you imagine all the good things you could be doing if you weren't in this current situation or at this current job. So you decide to stop looking out the window, right? You decide to go towards what you feel is your happiness. And I feel like you start heading towards that and recognize that you're not really manifesting it properly. Like you tried to make things better by making this change and going towards the light, but then you recognize that you're in a lot of darkness and maybe you were already in the light and you dug up things that didn't need to be brought forward into the future. And so, you know, it's taken you a lot of strength to look at the good and the bad and where you were right and where you were wrong. And, you've recognized where you were the bad guy and you recognize also where you were innocent. And I feel like you think that whatever happens at this point is destiny, it's karma, it's what we get for what we've sown or whatever. And so, in the past, this break, in your way of thinking, in your heart about your job or your romantic life, there was definitely a major disconnect in something that you'd been working on really hard. And it's just like you recognized how toxic it was. It was completely toxic. There was definitely a lot of bad times. There was some partying, but it was like half of the time the partying was more like drowning out your sorrows. It wasn't celebrations, it was an escape from reality. And it's like you kept on trying to, make things even. You kept trying to work it out. And it's just like the more you put into it, the more hopeless it felt. Like complete loss of hope. We are totally trapped in toxicity, is what I'm feeling, is how you feel about this situation currently. Like give, 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 and it's still crap, like all day long. So right now, your overall energy is deciding what now, with who, doing what, going where, for how long. You know what I mean? And so right now is a point where you really need to get yourself together, because if you want to have this, stable future with happiness, then you're going to have to allow this redirection to grow within you. You're going to have to allow this change to really get to a point where it makes a difference in your life. And right now I feel like you're not talking to anyone. You're not interested in like working things out with anyone. I feel like you're definitely like, I'll sit on my throne by myself until I'm healed. Don't bother me. So there's a lot of, you know, mental anguish that you were just like, I'm done here. I'm completely done with thinking about all of this. I'm ready to move on with my life. And it was difficult for you to do. I feel like you had to let go of some things that made you feel stable because there was no love there. It was just like half-assed passion. And I think that you really envisioned a lot more abundance for your future. And I feel like you think, you being stuck in this situation with this person just because y'all were together for a long time doesn't even feel fair anymore because you've put in lots of work in this relationship and it's not paying off. So why not do it alone, right? You know, if you're doing successfully things successfully alone, then eventually the person who's meant for you, who's lined up for you, who is ready for you, most of all, will come. And until you're pulled together, solid as an individual, you're going to deflect anything that's meant for you. So it's okay to be alone. It's okay to work on yourself. It's okay to vision better things. And if you and your person are not lining up for that, then it's probably not going to work. So go ahead and get into alignment and see what draws to you. Stop chasing. All right, Virgo. Live your best life, babes. Have a blessed day. I'm out.